What's up, guys? Welcome back to Umineko. Rosa and the rest returned from the chapel to the parlor in the mansion. So many things had happened since early in this morning. Of course, they were very high strung. Battler and Georgia cried in rage and let their emotions explode after its parents' tragic bodies. Returned to the parlor and sat on the sofa as dazed as though everything had been told them had been a lie. Only Mariah was completely unchanged and looked just like normal. When she wasn't playing pranks, she was basically a kid who played wordlessly by herself. So even if she was dazed, she would probably look just like she did. But as she turned on the TV and flipped through the channels, it looked as though nothing about her had changed from normal. Did Rosa think anything in particular about this other two, which was clearly different from normal people? She stared at Mariah's back as though looking at something that was quite heartwarming. Eventually, Kumasawa could say good morning. Her cheerful manner was clearly out of place, and she couldn't help but be bewildered by the strange atmosphere around. And when she heard about the details from Goda, she acted loudly with shock. Of course, she got to the police, right? What should we do in a time like this? Oh, what should we do? Please calm down, listen. It seems a machine someone was somehow done in lightning last night. Because of that, we haven't been able to use the phones. What? And until the typhoon passes, we can't even contact the police? If Kumasawa was exaggerated, surprised, a little comical. In this kind of situation, Rosa giggled. Because of that, the fog of confusion that covered her head had cleared up a little. I got to stay strong. It's just not Mariah. I'm acting as a parent for George Khan and Battler Khan too, so I had to stay strong. Rose had been the youngest sibling with a large difference in the age between her and the others, so she had always been treated as a child. Every time she learned something new, it was something obvious to her siblings, and she had built up even a complex, becoming convinced of her own incompetence, so she had developed a passive personality asking her siblings for advice every time something happened. But she no longer had brothers or sisters, though Rosa was the only one of her 4 Ushurmia siblings left. Furthermore, if Kenzo would continue to shut himself away even in this extraordinary situation, Rosa would have to surpass this crisis as a head's representative. I'm not a child anymore, I'm not a child. Rosa slapped her knees slightly and stood up. She must not wait for orders now. She had to start moving herself. She picked up the receiver of the extension phone on the side table, and then she immediately remembered the phones were down. Genji and Shen, whom she had sent to see Kenzo, hadn't returned yet. She had a good guess at what was going on. She was probably yelling something nonsensical and becoming unmanageable. His special chapel had been defiled with blood, and that was easy to imagine. She had been planning on using the extension of the phone to call the study, but unfortunately the phones were down. Rosa decided to go to the study directly with her own 2 feet. Her old self would have been too frightened to go see Kenzo, and in fact she did meet him, would probably be blamed somehow and insulted. But this is no time to be frightened. As his true daughter, she meant to make him aware of the current situation. Kumasawa said, I'm going to see father, take special care of George Khan and Battler Khan. I'm sure they're on edge right now. Yes, that may be true. It is truly pitiable. I shall make this something warm to drink. Thank you. Rosa went out to the hallway and headed towards Kenzo's study. The atmosphere in this mansion, which she had spent her youngest days and should have been full of memories, seemed somehow different. She began to climb the stairs, and the entrance saw just then, in the faint darkness down the stairs behind Rosa's back, something glowed. It was a single fluttering gold butterfly. It fluttered around and sparkled. That butterfly danced without without a sound. It was only natural. No one can hear the sound of a butterfly's wings beating, and then it came to a rest on Rosa's back as she slowly climbed the stairs. Rosa didn't notice it. If someone not in that know saw it, they probably assumed it's a single sheet of gold leaf in the shape of a butterfly that had been struck there. Without noticing the thing, Rosa continued heading towards Kenzo's study. So how will you entertain me at the next one? There are so many pieces left. Cackle, cackle, cackle. In In the parlor, which had fallen silent again, the only sound was out of the TV that Mariah was watching alone. If there was anything audible besides that, it was the sound of the rain, which had continued on and on since the previous night. I mean, one of those who had witnessed that unearthly, horrible scene was silent, as though praying that the events of the morning had all been a dream. Because Kurosawa alone had seen that her reaction was slightly different. The silence itself seemed more unbearable to her, and she was now anxious to encourage everyone somehow. However, she was aware that she must be avoiding saying anything careless, and she seems to be pondering about how she could be most helpful. Normally, it would be time for breakfast. However, possibly because so outrageous had happened, Goda seemed to have forgotten to prepare a meal, or maybe everyone was so beaten that they had forgotten their hunger. Kurosawa wanted to bring up the subject of what they should eat for breakfast, but it seemed like the right atmosphere, so she really couldn't. But she was really hungry, so she casually made a proposal. Since everyone is tired after all that's happened, in times like this, I think the best way is to heat yourself with some warm black tea. Anyway, this is an excellent plan. I agree as well. Ho ho, how about some delicious black tea with biscuits at Jane? I guess I hear Halloween will be here soon. We have some delicious looking pumpkin chip cookies on the shelf. Kurosawa, that's... Of course, she had said the wrong thing. She had reminded Battler and the rest about the horrible treasure Halloween party in the chapel. Nanja hurriedly whispered to Kurosawa's ears. Battler, somehow I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to upset you, truly, I didn't. No, don't worry about it. I'll definitely turn this boiling anger back on the culprit. I wonder if that culprit is still on the island. Probably, at least until the typhoon passes, no boat will come. Yes, that is true. After all, the boats stop coming, even when it's just a little windy. They certainly wouldn't come during a typhoon, yes. It creeps me out. You think so, Nikki? Me too. And that's even putting aside whether the culprit's that mystery guest or not. Indeed, we naturally suspected the mysterious guest who calls herself Beatrice, but we still cannot be certain she is the culprit. There is still a possibility she's a victim whose corpse still hasn't been found. When I think of it that way, there's something I just can't understand. What do you mean by that? It's simple. It's just like Kurosawa Bachan said a short while ago. Right now, the island is in the right middle of a typhoon, and escape is impossible. This everything goes for the culprit. In that case, having the crime to come light should have been the thing the culprits wanted to avoid most. I see. So there was no need to draw that creepy magic circle and hinges to the chapel and show the fact that the corpses were there. Yeah, that's it. And if they were able to take the time and effort to do something so horrible as those 6 people, it should be impossible for them to hide the 6 corpses. Will they be impossible to find? I agree that brutal Halloween party probably wasn't directed at those who died. It was directed at the people who would eventually discover it, us. It's probably safe to say that the magic circle is there to help us find it. The culprit knows they won't be able to escape this hollow for a while, and yet they acted as though they wanted to make us find the corpses in the middle of this typhoon. What does that mean? If I were the culprit, I definitely wouldn't play around and make us find the bodies. Beatrice Simon was in her room, and the room did not seem particularly disturbed. No, my lady did disturb her quite a lot, though. Come to think of it, what happened to Jessica? Kenneth's son is looking after her. They're probably in my lady's room. That isn't good. The culprit is definitely still on the island in this situation. I don't believe it's a very good idea to isolate ourselves in small numbers. What do you mean by that? You don't mean to say the culprit plans to kill all of us? Blah, 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 blah. Let's just remain calm. That's not yet certain. But unfortunately, we can't deny that the possibility exists. This letter was at the chapel. According to the culprit is the witch, and if we don't solve the riddle of the grandfather's epitaph to find the gold, they'll massacre the whole family or something like that. Is that true? Would you allow me to read it as well? As they read the witch's letter, go to Kurosawa, not just face grew even paler than they had been. Kurosawa could no longer hide her shaking. You don't want to die, try finding your grandfather's hidden gold, is that it? Screwing around with us. I bet she can't solve the riddle, so she's trying to make us solve it. However, I want the truth is, what I am always said that the legend of gold is nothing but an illusion created by the master. It is doubtful whether it actually existed. True. Supposedly they thought it would be nice if it did exist, but only half believed it. The relatives started believing in Kenzo of the gold only after Kizo's health worsened and the inheritance problem came up. But until then, hardly anyone believed in it, I understand. Oh, so maybe that's why. Do you remember? In the table in the chapel, there were 3 gold ingots. That alone would be worth quite a lot. Does that prove that the legend of the gold was real? Excuse me, please wait. Did you just say that there were 3 gold bars? Yeah, there were definitely 3 of them piled up. So what? I mean, I happened to hear across someone say what was. Yes, I just happened to hear it, you see. It said like I should have listened on the secret discussions. No, indeed. Don't worry about that now, so then what? Is this these being 3 gold bars? Yes, according to Cross, there's only 1 bar ever found to support the legend of the gold. That is correct. I believe Kito's son showed the president of Maruso a mountain of gold, and then take 1 bar back with him, so the story goes. That 1 bar came to be in Cross someone's possession, and he said that no other gold supporting the master's legend of the gold existed. They're talking about the Uncle Cross here, so what does that mean? No, wait, 3. Wait, where do they come from? That's too many, right? Perhaps there's another explanation. Maybe the other relatives also found 1 each, and they each brought 1 of them here. No, I cannot believe that. When all of the relatives get to their mansion, I was entrusted their luggage. I did not feel a suspicious weight back then. I think those would weigh about 10 kilograms. If that much weight was in their bags, even I would notice. But it seemed that way. Same here at the most. There were 7 changes of clothes, first aid kit, carry signs, makeup, stuff like that, I think. And Rose's luggage also looked pretty light. In that case, those 3 piled up gold bars were being shown to them or maybe to us. The legend of the gold is definitely real. It is an illusion. And telling us to try and find the secret if we can. Could they be scheming to have us solve the epitaph, which points to where the gold is hidden, and then try to snatch it away? Yeah, it doesn't make some sense, but there are a couple parts that doesn't fit. To start, our parents, who should have been most likely to solve the epitaph, were killed first. And that seems to create a contradiction right off the bat to me, and something else makes it even less sense. The legend of the gold is actually true, then how were they able to pull up all of that gold? It's almost like the culprits already found the gold, and someone else will try and find it too. Maybe the culprit found those 3 like Uncle Cross did. Maybe they could convince them that the legend is true, and they're trying to make a search for the rest. I think that's the way it fits the best. Pieces on the chessboard aren't lined up at all. We don't have a clue about what the culprit is planning, what they want, or what they want to make us do. Is there any point, no matter what we think, is there anything we can figure out right now? Kihihi, it was written down. What she wanted to make us do. Could anyone read it? Kihihi. Mariah suddenly left in a creepy voice. I thought she had been concentrating on the TV, but apparently she's been listening in too. Without turning away from the TV, she very simply told us what we were forgetting. Beatrice at once says she wants the gold. All she's asking is whether you're capable of solving the epitaph riddle or not. Though I bet she's pretty sure you could never do it. Kihihihi. So are you saying that you can solve it, Mariah? I don't care. After all, she'll take it to the Golden Land, so I won't get in Beatrice's way. Hihihi, ouch. In any case, it looks like we'll have to ask Mariah if we want to learn anything more. Mariah, tell us, who is this Beatrice? What is she planning? Hihihi, you know Beatrice is a witch. She could do anything with strange powers. The power of magic could do anything. It can even create gold or bread, and of course it could create sweet stew, right? You saw it, didn't you? Hihihi. And that time, anyone jumped out of the sound of the door being slammed shut. We turned around, we saw that Rosa had suddenly returned with bringing Genji and Shannon. And she rapidly pushed Mariah and heard her heel squeak and hit her on the cheek. Stop talking about that. Bad luck on the rest will take it badly. Ooh. Without waiting for a response, she hit Mariah's cheek once more. Everyone could only stand there stunned. I don't know what ooh means. What about yes? Ooh. She mercilessly hit Mariah's cheek again. Remember, Mariah didn't like resisting after being hit twice. She weakly said yes. Remember, the silence don't need to be so harsh. This is my daughter's education. Do not interrupt. The atmosphere around Rosa with Genji and Shannon standing at her attention behind her was somehow cold and yet dignified, completely different from how she had seen before she left. She was holding something that looked like a gun. I couldn't imagine that she'd be holding a toy in this situation. Rosa, what is... This is father's, because of the current situation I borrowed especially. Everyone should understand that the culprit is still nearby. We don't know what it might happen. I agree with that. Trying to figure out, though, what the culprit is planning, it might be able to be better to first think about our own safety. Father was fine, but he was considerably shaken about these sudden events. Fortunately, he said he won't leave his room, so he should be safe. For now, we should all try to stay together as much as possible. I agree. We don't even know where the culprit's hiding, and after all, there's no proof that there's only one of them. Even though I said it myself, I shivered. That's right. Could a single person kill 6 people instead of such a horrible scene all alone? Is it only natural to assume that this crime was carried out by multiple culprits? I agree with Rosa-san. It's probably good for us to stay together. Yes, I think it's good too. Yes, yes. Maybe it's about time we call. Maybe it's about time we call for Milady and Kennen-san. That's right. Let's have them come down. George and Nikki try to grab the extension phone, but go to Chica's head. Looks like the phones are down right now, aren't they? I'll go with a couple people. If George and Nikki can go to some camp too, that should be enough. No, let's all to go together. So wolves and sheep puzzle. If we're in a balance, we'll gather together like this, then maintain the situation will be safest. A wolves and sheep puzzle. Ooh, I've got it. I'll show you. Right turn on the television, Genji-san. Please have me with just Gen's room. Let's all go together. Yes, I'll guide you. Come on, everyone. We'll move it together. Follow my instructions. We stood up. Murad looked like she was somewhat curious about the TV, but he decided to go along with everyone for now. Got up. Shannon, thank goodness. I was a bit worried when he took so long to get back. I am sorry to have worried you. That master ordered me to transcribe something for him. Transcribe? Shannon, I am sorry. Excuse me. We headed for Jessica's room with the armed Aunt Rosa and Genji-san in the lead. Jessica and Kennen were a boy and a girl about the same age. It should be a shame if we barged in on them at a bad time, or at least that's what we joked about normally. However, Aunt Rosa was on edge, constantly being exuding a sense of tension. It was definitely wasn't the sort of atmosphere for careless remarks like that. And no fall behind. Everyone moves together. We don't know when or where the culprit might leap out at us, right? So, no, maybe Aunt Rosa's attitude was more appropriate. Since grandfather hadn't come down, Aunt Rosa was our leader. This was a situation where she could just smile like she always did. And Aunt Rosa was a mother, too. She probably also thought that if she didn't get a hold of herself, some harm might befall her beloved daughter. The culprit had killed 6 of our parents at once. The method that he used was unknown, but there was a good chance at this point opponent could take down a large number of people in a flash, whether it be with weapons or with numbers, or with the magic of a witch. In any case, I couldn't think of any reason why it'd be okay to let our guards down. The rest of us better take that much greater care, just like Aunt Rosa. Everyone stop. Aunt Rosa spoke in a sharp voice, wondering what this is all about. We peered forwards, and immediately realized the reason. What is this? Eve, everyone get back. Go to sound, get some approach the door. Beyond this door is probably Jessica's room. There seems to be the same thing that was scribbled on the door to the chapel. It appears so. It seems not much time had passed since it was drawn. What the heck? Is that another magic circle? It's the first magic circle on the moon. It has the power to open unopening doors. Drawn on the door to Jessica's room was the same kind of creepy scribble that had been drawn on the door to the chapel. That strange pattern must have had some occult meaning. But it didn't matter what the meaning was. We were worried about whether those two were okay. That doesn't matter. Jessica Jenkins safe. This does not bode well. We should quickly bring those two downstairs. Milady, are you there? Please answer. Go to silent and yell, but there's no answer. Keep the door knob with the clatter, but the lock just resisted him. Rosa's somehow seems to be locked. There's no helping it. Please open it up. Genji nodded, and I go to quickly unlock the door with the master key. In the back of my mind, horrible images floated up and disappeared one after another. A magic circle had been drawn on the door to the chapel. Behind that lay 6 corpses. There's a magic circle drawn on the door to Jessica's room. Behind it must be to Jessica Sama. What happened? Is she there? Jessica, what happened? It was surely heartless. The expression of Goda-san's face and his cry as he opened the door prepared us for the brutal fate that Jessica had met even before we saw her. Everyone rushed into Jessica's room at once. That scene told everyone that their worst fears were spot on. Jessica! How horrible. Dr. Nacho. Inside the room, which seemed elegant for the bedroom of one so young, Jessica lay crumpled on the ground. There was a large pool of blood on the floor, and there was a knife which was sticking deep into her back. Was it a knife? There was a design on the handle that just had symbolized something demonic. It had to be a weapon with some kind of occult meaning. This is horrible. She has passed away. It's probably reached her lungs. Not much time has passed since she died. Jessica, damn it. Battler-sama. I was naive, I knew it. Since the culprit couldn't skip the island, they were definitely close by. So I didn't get cautious sooner. I was so naive. I just assumed that culprit would commit their crime and then just sneak away and hide. We were stunned, man. We thought Jessica-chan giving into her rage and running off with something that couldn't be helped. But we were so naive. We should have stopped her. Goda-san, why did you leave those two alone? If you had been with them, something like this. No, this is the time I said it was dangerous, so we should return. It's just that the lady said that she wanted to be alone. Kennan's son told me to leave it to him, and speaking of which, where is Kennan's son? That's right, what happened to Kennan-kun? Kennan-kun, where? Kennan's son should have been with my lady. Where in the world did he go? You don't think they got him? Quiet, someone might be hiding in this room. She's under the bed in the closet. There's a chance that Kennan-kun's corpse had been pushed away somewhere, and was ordered everyone search throughout their room together. But there wasn't a single human hiding anywhere. He's nowhere. Could the couple have taken him out of the room? Then we had to search for him, quickly save him. It was slow, so that awful might happen. Aunt Rosa, let's search all over the mansion. Let's search for the culprit. Let's save Kennan-kun. Quiet. When Aunt Rosa yelled at us, we found instantly silent. She's probably contemplating blah, 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 something. However, what in the world could that be? Aunt Rosa walked around the room as though she was looking for something, or as though she was collecting her thoughts. And she found something on the side table by the bed and picked it up. If anyone knows, tell me, which key is this? And Rosa showed everyone a key with a cute mascot attached to it. Judging from the key appearance, I didn't doubt that it was Jessica's key, but I know I know him for sure. It's probably the key to this room, to my lady's room. After hearing that, Aunt Rosa made a point of going outside the door and checking. Without a doubt, it was the key to this room. I wonder why he was set in a place like this, when he normally keeps such an important key in your pocket. My lady was in the habit of locking her room. It seems she would only do it when she went to school, because she didn't want someone like someone to look inside her room. I say she was at school, so it's natural I just would set the key down here. How many keys could open this door? Just the one my lady had. Can it be opened with your master keys? Yeah, they can open it. How many master keys are there? Are all the servants holding them? Are all their extras? Yes, we all have one. As for extras, I wonder. There used to be several, but Madame scolded us harshly, saying that was careless, so they should have been dealt with. That is correct. There was only one held by each serving. There are no more. Wait a sec. I think we talked about extra master keys in last game, right? Indeed, while regarding that, I noticed that there's several master keys whose locations are unknown is quite disadvantage for me. That's probably right, since you won't make me believe in magic keys in closed rooms. It would really hurt if you were there with more master keys than we thought. After all, every time a trick involving locks shows up, I plan to resist by arguing that the culprit had a master key that someone lost on the past or a duplicate. Yes, that's correct, so I decided to make a move to defeat that. I'll update our setting. The only master keys are the ones held by the servants, one key each. Cackle, cackle. Messing with me, more importantly, what kind of move is this? Was Rosa talking about? Cackle, cackle. Well, who knows? You should try this in and in. Thank you. The situation is sorted out. And I've been able to pinpoint the culprit who assaulted Jessica Shannon, at least one of their accomplices. What did you say? Who is it? And Rosa, you don't mean Kennan-kun, do you? Why Kennan-kun? This room was locked, and the only ones who can unlock a master key is held by each serving. And the key Jessica had, but Jessica Shannon's key was closed up in here, which is solely possible that one of the master keys locked this room up, is as you say. In that case, someone called Jessica, then locked the door. That person has a master key, and there are only 5 people with master keys. Oh my, was that me? Not me. No, I could never do such a thing. Anyways, I got up late after we returned from our chapel to the parlor. We didn't meet you there, but it's impossible to prove where you were and what you were doing until that time. You watched us from the shadows, chased after Jessica and Kennan when they were isolated and softly attacked them. I said, every time my ladies are so horrible. I didn't know such thing. There's no such thing. What about you, Goda-san? You said you left Jessica Chen, Goda-kun's, and Kennan-kun's care and returned. But I wonder if that's true. Maybe you actually killed the 2 of them and hit Kennan-kun's corpse and then came back with an innocent look on your face. Nothing of the sort happened, and Goda swore that I did not do anything like that. And once I announced we were following the master's orders, and yeah, she wouldn't get you down there clean. That's backed up by what I heard from Father. The 2 of you were in Father's room the whole time, transcribing, witnessing for him. Father and I can guarantee that. Thank you very much. In that case, the argument becomes who is more suspicious, Goda or Kumasawa. I thought that myself if they're in this room. But still, I found it strange if the state of Jessica Chen's body. Does anyone think it's strange? Strange, you say? Jessica Chen was struck in the back. Come on, they said all the time, right? That in crimes where the victim was struck in the back, there's a high likelihood the culprit is someone whose face was unknown to the victim. She definitely went about a person she didn't trust her to her room and defensively exposed her back. Rosa told me you don't mean to say that it was Kennicott, do you? I do. We're fully aware of the state Jessica John was right before she was killed. After seeing her parents' tragic bodies, Jessica was very panicked. It's easy to imagine that after she regained her composure, she'd be in a horrible slump. It would be very understandable if Jessica's frame of mind let her shut herself up in her room alone, and those particulars match with Goda's son's story. Jessica Chen said to leave her alone. Then Kennicott, who is who's of a similar age, and who may have some adolescent relationship with her, said to leave this matter in his hands. That feeling is also very understandable. So for that reason, I think Jessica Chen welcomed Kennicott into her room. More of good have been going to Sana Kumasawa-san when she had let them into her room. I believe that gave me least trust, but or even so, then I guess you're still suspect after all. Go to Sana. I assume Jessica probably went there and liked you very much, so I didn't make sure that you entered her room. I was convinced that you couldn't possibly be the culprit, but maybe I was mistaken. No, I am decided to say that I might not have been accepted by my lady. But what about you, Kumasawa-san? Oh, we are far too separated by age. I understand the feelings of a young person like my lady very well, and for the same reason, perhaps my lady never opened up for her to us. Right, Goda-san? Yes, that's right. It would be been quite difficult for her to open her heart to the likes of us, and it would be inconceivable for my lady to let us into her room when she was grieving. Goda-san and Kumasawa watched, and each rubbed their hands together, confirming each other's forced smiles on their face. It was a truly unpleasant rondo. So it was a person who might be allowed to enter Jessica Chan's room while she was grieving, and a person who might have been given access to her defenseless back, and who had a master key. The only point of one suspect. It was impossible for anyone except Kennicott. But please wait, Kennicott definitely won't do something like. Oh, there's someone else. Let's go to Sun and Kumasawa-san suspicious after all. Who do you think is more suspicious? Shen? Come on. I couldn't have her. It wasn't me, Shannon. Yes, it was not me. Of course, it wasn't me either. The ones who had the closest relationships with my lady were Ken and Son, and after him, you, right? Yeah, isn't that right? Jessica Chan also left Shannon to her room. You were supposedly with father, but in reality, could you have been the culprit? Shannon couldn't be the culprit. Did you just say she was doing important work with grandfather? Yes, I know. Neither Shannon nor Geiji-san's culprit father confirmed that they were together the whole time. Well then, what do you think, everyone? And then we told that no one could respond. Even if someone didn't manage to argue back, they didn't have to offer the name of a different suspect. And no matter who that suspect was, it would have been someone right here. No one could do something like that. And Rosa glanced at everyone in turn, fingering the gun like it was a toy. She seemed so different from the kind of Aunt Rosa I knew. It's probably because I'm not fully aware of the danger we're in. Me, Aunt Rosa's attitude would seem natural if I could truly sense the peril surrounding us. It looks like no one has an opinion, then I'll give you mine. Of course, I can't deny the possibility that Kennicott is a victim without a corpse, but until we find that corpse, I certainly can't rule Kennicott out as a suspect. There's a chance that he'll suddenly appear again, claiming to be an attack by the culprit and confined somewhere. To take care, most likely there's no doubt about it. Kennicott killed Jessica Chan. No way. I can't believe it. Ken did that to my lady. That's too much. I felt the same as Shannon. I'm opposed to labeling Kennicott as the culprit. And the culprit, Goda-san, Kumasawa-san, told me he's more suspicious. It wasn't us. If it was a Kennicott, then who could have locked the door? How about her, Shannon Chan, George Khan? And Rosa closed in on Shannon Chan, George and he laughing unpleasantly. Of course, they couldn't say anything back. They didn't want to believe in Kennicott, but if they did, they'd have to suspect the other servants. The simplest culprit was a Mr. Guest Beatrice, but she was nothing more than a guest that didn't have a master key. So if Beatrice is the culprit despite looking at a master key, then do we have to accept the argument that she really is the witch who locked the door with the power of magic? And that's a dirty argument. Dirty, so dirty. What are you worried about? Make it my fault. You could just make it the fault of the person, the mystery guest, right? If you do, you won't have to watch this ugly battle of humans blaming each other, right? Cackle. So then what? The culprit is an active person. I guess Beatrice, she's a witch, so she could lock the door without a key using magic. Are you telling me to accept that? Damn it. Cackle. In the last game, I learned all your weak points. So what will you do? You said you definitely wouldn't accept me, right? Then you can use Kenan as the perfect sacrifice he is. Kenan killed Jessica if you suppose Rosa's theory. Everything is settled here, right? Kenan is already dead. There should be no way to show concern for the dead. And you wanted to suspect anyone in this room. Cackle. They may want to accept you, but Kenan being the culprit is impossible. I don't want to suspect anyone. However, at times, there's no smoke without fire. Turns out to be true. Anyway, can never be too cautious. Dr. Nejo, what do you mean by that? Please don't misunderstand. I did not wish to label Kenan as a culprit. However, we still, until we understand the situation, there's a possibility that he is the culprit. And I believe thinking that way is safer. Ho ho ho, yes, that was right. You could not be too cautious. The general consciences, whatever. Certainly, they didn't seem to find fault in Najo for what he said. True, no one actually thought Kenan was the culprit, but unless they would suspected him, they'd have to suspect one of the servants here. We didn't want to do that. We didn't want to suspect. We didn't want to be suspected. That's correct. We cannot be too vigilant. I take it no one objects to that, right? Understand, there's a very high likelihood that those murders are connected to the father's legend of the gold. That means the crime must have been plotted by someone who wants to keep a vast amount of gold worth several 10 billion yen for all themselves. With that kind of money, you could play around for the rest of your life in any country, and with a motivation like that, they might even intend to kill all of us. Because she didn't have a master-connected person, the guest Beatrice removed from suspicion for the murder of Jessica Chan alone, but we cannot conclude that she's unrelated to the crime. As well as the vast amount of gold we're talking about, we cannot deny the possibility that there are multiple culprits. Right now, one of the people here among us would have been involved by the culprit. As Jose yelled around, her gun still raised. Don't believe anyone, suspect the person next to you. That's what she was saying. When no one wanted to suspect, they didn't want to suspect anyone here. The weakness in their hearts demanded an answer from those not present. There are only two ways you could be sure someone is a suspect. If it's yourself, or if they're already no more than a corpse, then same goes for Kenan Khan. Until we catch sight of his corpse, he is most likely suspecting Jessica Chen's murder. So take care, even if he's still alive, even if he smooths things over with someone, or some explanation, he definitely mustn't trust him. Got it? No one gave this on their own initiative. However, those who met Rosa's eyes had it nod their heads. Humans are beings who live by molding themselves to fit society. In other words, from the time they're born, trust each other is genetically imprinted on them. It's unpleasant to go against that. They never want to suspect anyone. But if they're forced to suspect someone, they find it's safest to choose someone who is a president at that moment. For the purpose of safety, nothing more, they half-heartedly chose Kenan to be the sacrifice. That's ridiculous. I definitely don't want to believe that Kenan is the culprit. I heard it from George Eniki just now, but not only were those too close in age, they also had that kind of adolescent relationship with Rosa had mentioned. Maybe a little late, but now, but yes, they really did have that kind of air about them. Understanding her parents' tragic corpses, Jessica bearing deep wounds in her heart, would only have just a Kenan gun. It was very easy to imagine, and that's why I don't like it. Kenan was the only one who she trusted, so she wouldn't have let anyone but Kenan Khan in. So Kenan Khan was the only one who could have killed Jessica. I can't accept that kind of argument. Understand, even if Kenan Khan appears, don't let your guard down. As long as I cannot prove Kenan Khan's innocence, we will assume that Kenan Khan is the culprit, killed Jessica Chan. That was Agnos's claim. By using the vague word assume, she managed to convince everyone in the end. Everyone nodded weakly with the excuse that they were just assuming it for the time being, and concluded that Kenan was the culprit who had killed Jessica. I wonder what the dad, Jessica, and Kenan would think if they could hear this exchange. Jessica was crying. She was crying to the chest of the person who had put his life on the line to fight for her, Kenan. It was frustrating. So frustrating I felt like her chest would explode. She grieved and resented how far the dignity of the dead had been trampled. How can those guys treat Kenan like the culprit because there's no corpse? How can they treat you like the culprit just because there's no corpse? You risk your life to fight for me, right? No way you raise the corpse for your fun. But then to call you the culprit after that, it's horrible. It's too horrible. It's okay. I wasn't able to protect you in the end, but I was able to be of use in our final minutes. Why does anyone understand that? Stop it, Aunt Rosa. Don't call Kenan the culprit with that messed up logic. She's just saying I'm the culprit. She's just saying I'm suspicious. No. She's saying to be careful. She is saying that those people are saying they're the culprits, so they can't stop thinking. They aren't thinking about who the culprit who killed me is anymore. They aren't thinking the possibility that you want the culprit, and after this, every time something happens, they'll use the excuse that Kennecut did it, since we don't know where he is. I can't stand that. It's okay, unless you know the truth. If I know the truth, that's pointless. I know it after dying. Truth belongs to living humans. If the truth doesn't remain, the dead won't be rewarded. They won't know what Kennecut risked his life for. Cackle, cackle, ha 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 ha. Truly a splendid sight. You hardly ever find a sweeter honey than the laments of the dead. Lament, no matter how much you lament, the voices of the dead never reach the living. Damn it. It doesn't matter who hear my voice. Kennecut is the culprit. Kennecut's corpse was just erased. Why don't you understand that? My lady, I can't stand this. It's too sad. I hate it. This is why it's like Kennecut died for nothing, right? The honor of the dead means nothing unless it's acknowledged by the living. It doesn't matter who. Notice it, please. Kennecut isn't the culprit. Don't go, everyone. Please don't let it. Please don't let it in like this. Don't go. Rosa announced that this room would be sealed until the police came. The rest everyone to suspect each other, so they happily accepted that. But now they accepted that Kennecut was the culprit. Without even imagining how much disgrace that gave to the dead, they accepted it. My lady, you've done enough, thank you. Don't go, everyone. I'm begging you, come back. Don't leave us behind like this. Don't keep treating Kennecut as the culprit. It won't reach the limits that I never reach. You make me laugh. Yes, that face of yours makes me laugh. Did you think your voice would reach them? It won't reach it, will it, Jessica? Cackle. It's all useless. Balor's gone. Did you say something? Yes, it's useless. It's all useless, just as everyone's about to leave their room. Balor stood alone with his back to them, still looking down on Jessica's corpse. What do you mean it's all useless? Do you have some objection? I agree that we gotta stay on our guards, but sorry I'm not buying all that about Kennecut being the culprit. Oh, so you're speaking about a time like this. If Kennecut was the culprit, and it wasn't just by doing, how do you explain this closed room that Jessica's room has become? Too bad. I'll be honest, I don't even have a clue on that point, but seriously, why do I have to go and say it's all useless? Guess I better take responsibility for my own words, hehehe. I'm empty-handed with zero weapons to argue with, but I'm not gonna sit around in silence anymore, Beatrice. Battler-sama. I just approved that Kennecut is the culprit. The expression that rose to the two faces was definitely one of anticipation. They didn't want to believe that Kennecut was the culprit. They really believed in Canon. So they were expectant because they wanted to strengthen their belief in him even more. But then Battler Khan, which on the servants used to suspect Goda-san or Kumasawa's son. Quit it, Rosa. I know the person called Kumasawa about Chan well. She also sometimes slack off on the job, but she always makes her things run for people. Even if her eyes are dazzled by money, she isn't the kind of person to kill for it. Battler-sama. And I just met Goda-san yesterday. Honestly, I still don't really understand him. But this is what I do understand. I never see anyone who cooks as happily as he does. He's the same as Kuwa-sama about Chan. Goda-san likes to make people happy. As if a person that could kill those who praise his own food is delicious. Even if money was part of in front of him. Then who do you think killed Jessica Chan, Battler Khan? Who do you think shut Jessica up in a room that can only be locked by a master key? Wait, before I argue about that, listen to that might clear. I know what to talk about, so I want to talk about if so and so is not the culprit, then so and so must be the culprit. I just want to talk about how it's completely impossible for Kennecut to be guilty. You say you can prove that Kennecut isn't the culprit, cackle how? It's actually simple, and it's something I almost overlooked, Beato. Repeat it. If you can say it, try saying it. Kennecut had a master key on him. Oh. Kennecut doesn't have a master key on him? How can you possibly know that? A short while ago, I heard from Goda-san about what happened. But I just went to raid the VIP room. Right before she and Kennecut went up on their own. Goda-san, you did a good job remembering it. You protected Kennen's honor. I did? I heard her say the same thing, but I don't really understand. Could you explain it, Battler Khan? That's right. When Jessica left the VIP room, she borrowed the key from Kennecut, but didn't give it back. So Kennecut didn't have the master key on him. Cackle, is that really so? Godo has no recollection of that master's key being returned to canon. However, she might have returned it when Godo was unlooking. Does that prove it definitely didn't happen? Cackle. If you could just switch the corpse to the pocket of Quaren's corpse, you should be able to say for sure, but you can't. It's impossible to prove. It's all useless. It's actually pretty simple, isn't it? No way. So you're saying that's why Karen didn't have a key on him? Yeah, to prove it all you have to do is research Jessica. Okay, and that's what's the key should be in Jessica's pocket. That's the ninja. Would you check for us? Indeed. Ninja desperate Jessica to search her jacket pocket. Everyone was expecting. Move, please. Be there. Here it is. Is this it? Yes, it is our master key, without a doubt. Genji's statement, there's a small ooh of joyful voices. Yes, Kenenkan's master key. I'll say it again. Kenenkan doesn't have a master key on him, so there's no way he could have locked the door. It certainly does appear that way, but Kenenkan was the last person to meet Jessica-chan. The fact that he's suspicious hasn't changed. Let's give it time for rest. Fundamentally, humans are supposed to be creatures that could trust each other, but because we live in a tough world, we learn how to be deeply suspicious, so we suspect everything. We're sad creatures. I won't deny that's our nature. But that one thing I won't let you do is reach conclusions without proof. If someone looks suspicious, that doesn't make them guilty. It makes them innocent. Of course, the world is filled with wolves, but I'm not saying you should carelessly believe everyone. But if you're going to conclude that someone's guilty, you better have some perfect evidence. Unless you do, don't go around accusing them based on speculation. I was the one who brought up there's no smoke without fire. That was careless of me. I apologize. Battler-sama. Wonderful reasoning, Battler-kan. Thank you too, Goda-san. Because if you remember, Kenenkan has been cleared from suspicion. No, Clap, clap, clap. It was the Chris-san and the witch applauding. Well done, not a bad job. Crap, did I fall for that bait piece just like you wanted? You magnificently proved that Kennen at least couldn't lock the door to this room. The servers should have all had master keys. With that was proof Kennen was treated as the culprit, but you've at least managed to clear away that suspicion, cackle. In that case, how did the culprit who killed just lock the door? So that's the problem we have now. I got John exactly the flow you wanted. I got you, didn't I? Furthermore, you said they're outrageous about not doubting any of the other servants. Well, there, I want to see how you try to smooth that over. Shut up, let's start right away. You'll probably just start now anyway, but let's first check the definition of this room as a closed room. Very well, first, there are absolutely no types of hidden doors. This door is the only way in or out. The only way to get locked this door is to just get a single key or the master keys, or only one of which is held by each servant. It is on the second floor, but it's possible to enter or leave through the window. However, that window is locked from the inside. I'm going to spin and just put around already. If I start by arguing about the door and the lock, I'd probably be stuck to answer in the palm of your hand. Do as you like. Well then, what should I repeat? Repeat it. Kenenkan was killed in this room. Very well, Kenenkan was killed in this room. But I erased his corpse with magic, right? Cackle. Again, repeat it. Kenenkan's corpse is in this room. Cackle. I refuse. I can't repeat it because I erased the corpse with magic. Yeah, I figured you would say that. There's got to be a secret in here somewhere. There was a mysterious partner I've got to find. Did they lock it without the master key? Or did they somehow kill those two while they were inside the room and it was locked? Or did they kill those two and somehow escape? I hate to say it, but I'll have to cover up that mouth first. Repeat it. The last time it was locked was due to the master key. I also refuse that. Cackle. This refuse thing is really vague. I don't know if you refuse because it's impossible to repeat or whether you can't repeat it and you refuse it on purpose. Back when discussing the lock to the chapel, he completely turned the tables on me. When I have an advantage, there's no need to go out of my way to use red when it might be risky. That is all. I guess that makes sense. Originally, the point of the red was to counter my strange theories. Naturally, I use it in a way that works to my advantage. But now that I've got to worry about you twisting it around, I won't use it pointlessly. Cackle. Well then, what move will you use next? I imagine the move placing suspicion on Godo or Kumasawa will be easiest, yes? Damn. It feels like you're laying me on by the nose and it pisses me off. Say quite a bit, I'm thinking. The voices door is the same as the chapel. When locked, it does not permit any form of entry. I'll say more and more. One more time, okay. No trick could have... Wait, I'll say more. Never mind, okay. No trick could have effective lock and opening outside without using a key. Cackle, cackle. Damn me for always choosing my own, I don't ask for it. Time to step back to square one. For now, I've just gotta think. I lay out everything I know. First, there are 2 victims. Jessica and Kennekan. Kennekan's corpse is in here, but Beatrice admitted in rare that Kennekan was killed. So even though the corpse, she's included as a victim. There are a few questionable points. I think depending on which focus, my line of thought changes a lot. First, if the culprit committed murder in this room, how do they lock it? If we assume the culprit is someone with the master key, it's extremely simple, but I'd like to avoid that if I can, because I just suspect Goda-san, or Kumasawa-san, or maybe even Shen and Genji-san. Here I noticed something. I was contradicting myself. I was strangling my own neck. I wanted to deny Beatrice no matter what. I want to erase the existence of that brutal, fickle, and ridiculous witch. So I have to explain everything with humans, not magic. But that also means suspecting some human. I don't want to suspect anyone. Of course, if there's some clear proof, I'll have to believe that person is questioned as the culprit. But until that happens, I don't want to suspect people. Am I just naive? Am I just a kid who doesn't want to have my feelings betrayed when those feelings tell me that this person at least could never commit murder? I want to deny a witch did it, and I also want to deny that a human did it. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Cackle, cackle. In the first place, the only victor condition in our game was whether or not you could deny my existence. Even though that alone put you at a disadvantage. You increase the number of victory conditions all by yourself, making your own victory harder. It's just as she says. If I just argue that someone with the master key did it, this closed room could be broken easily. However, the number of keys that can open this door is limited, and since it's clearly known who has them, using that argument means I'd be suspecting someone I knew well. In fact, have I just been averting my eyes from the truth? Oh, even while attacking that closed room trick into the chapel with exhilarating to destroy, I propose that someone stole the key from Mara's handbag and returned it. And the theory is right, and the question becomes who could have stolen the key from her handbag. Mariah's handbag is probably most unguarded while she slept. In that case, in addition to me, George, Eniki, and Jessica are also suspects. So George, Eniki, or Jessica is the culprit, or maybe an accomplice. All of our parents have been killed, right? Yeah, one of us consented to that and assisted with the crime. We all limited to mourn and shed tears to get in the chapel, and yet, one among us was lying. Cackle, cackle, that theory of yours about taking the key out of the handbag and putting it back cast everyone else's suspicion on my cousins, did it not? And despite that, you acted like you didn't even notice. You're announcing a theory like that so happily. Damn it, that is a guarantee that one of the family of the servants is the culprit. If he stuck up on us while hiding in a cardboard box, for example, there's a good chance that he could have stuck in our room when we were fast asleep and stolen the key, right? Perhaps that will do for this situation if I suspected the guest. The 19th person you want, I have to suspect the others. And in that case, how is Jessica's room locked? It's no trouble at all for me to open the lock with magic, but of course I don't have a master key. If you deny my magic, you also deny that I'm the suspect, correct? So in other words, that means suspecting one of the 18. Okay, thanks for the help. I managed to sort things out a bit. My goal is to figure out how the 19th person, the human gets to Beatrice committed the crimes. If I do that once, I have to suspect anyone. Cackle, cackle, if you can do that. Foolish man. This was a closed room from the beginning. After all, there are a total of 6 keys that can open it. And several people possess such keys. You can suspect any of them. Suspect as much as you like, but you went all the trouble denying all of them, making it a closed room yourself. I understand that as a closed room born from your mental contradiction. Cackle, cackle, you and no one else sealed that door. So you're trying to say that I got 2 options, accept that the witch opened it with magic, or accept that someone I knew is the culprit. Now I turn a fork to the rook. I just want to show you that moves such as this can exist as well. Cackle, cackle, so what we do? Show me a battler? Isn't it actually simple? Don't you just have to make sacrifices of that overly self-confident cook and hag that would have eaten lost if she died? Cackle, cackle, cackle. Damn it. If I suspect Goda-san and Kumasawa-san, everything will be fine. That's useless. I can't think of Goda-san as the culprit. I can't think of Kumasawa-san as the culprit. But I will accept you no matter what. In that case, they'd have to get into the room without using magic or master key. Kill Jessica and Ken, even erase Ken's corpse without using magic. How could it be done? How could it be done so they could deny me while still not suspecting anyone else? Cackle, cackle, cackle. I resign, huh? Battlecon, what did you say? I give up. I was able to prove that Ken couldn't unlock this door. But does that mean I managed to figure out who killed Jessica? No, that's more than enough. For the Kennecon's sake, thank you very much. No need to thank me, after all. This means you're an institution, Chan. And sorry, Rosa, it's not like I want to resist you. I don't want to die, and I want to find out and the rest is a true enemy. Sorry for saying something that wasn't cooperative. No, it's okay. I was also a little rash. Let's wake up. I was unhappy with to stay on good terms, right? And Rosa shifted the gun to one hand and held out her other. I reached out, and for the time being, we shook hands. And Rosa's gaze was sharp. In order to deny the wish, she would sacrifice anyone. That's what her eyes told me. And me, I denied the wish. But I wasn't prepared to lose anything. I was probably the only one who seemed to be fighting the most, and yet the one who was most separated from reality. Okay, guys, I'm ending the video here because it's past 12:30 at night, man. I'm kind of sleepy, so yeah, I'll see you guys later.